Lights, camera, and action.
Welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast.
Remember those childhood movies you loved? We're going to watch them again and find out if they're still as amazing as you remember. Let's get ready to join Anna and Jimmy as they go back and watch those movies you remember being oh so awesomely good. Horror movies that scared. Comedy movies that dared.
Damn!
And action movies so preposterously ludicrous that they defied the laws of common sense. Now, here's your hosts, Anna Santos and Jimmy Coates.
And welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. Today is an Anna picked this movie, and I couldn't be happier. I know I'm going to like this movie. The Untouchables. My parents were huge Kevin Costner fans. So we went to the movies to see, or the drive-in to watch Kevin Costner movies. I don't know if I've seen this in theater. I don't think so. But I definitely saw it on a movie night.
Yeah.
Sometime
For
in
me,
the
this was
late
always
80s.
on TV.
Yes.
On TV, yeah.
I saw it a few times back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I have not seen this in a long time. I haven't seen this in
I
probably
haven't seen
15
this.
years, maybe even longer.
Yeah, same.
But I
Same.
think I remember a lot because I've seen it so many fucking times.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty infamous story.
Yes.
And people talk about this movie, and they also talk about The Untouchables, the real life ones, a lot.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's faded into obscurity, because Al Capone's Al Capone.
Yeah. This has been a TV show. This has been covered in not just this
Yeah.
movie. Al Capone's been covered in tons of
In
movies.
everything.
And it's awesome. He's such
Yeah.
a likable guy.
Well, shit, there's an episode of Supernatural where, like, one of the lead characters, Dean, goes back in time, and he ends up, like, basically falling into the lap of Elliot Ness, who was an FBI agent, but not, I think, still trying to, like, nail Al Capone. And they were like, yeah, so this is what we're doing. Anyways, he was like, the Untouchables. And they're like, what? Then he does, like, a Sean Connery thing, and he was like, yeah, Malone? And it was like the whole thing, like, he kept referring to the movie, and Elliot Ness kept looking at him like, what the fuck are you talking about, you crazy ass man? It was good, yeah. But anyways.
It's directed by Brian De Palma, who I am
Yes.
a huge fan of. Carrie was the first movie that he's been working way before Carrie, but
Yes.
that would be where I would have found him. And then Dressed to Kill, Scarface.
Yeah.
Such an
Scarface
amazing cartoonish
was probably where I
mob
saw
movie.
him for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like all his movies, but like Casualties of War, The Untouchables, not a fan of Bonfire of the Vanities. I loved Raising Cain. I love Carlito's Way. I love Mission Impossible, Snake Eyes, Mission to Mars I liked. Yeah, and the cast, even for the 80s, not just as time went on, in the 80s, this movie was stacked. Kevin Costner was so huge in the 80s and 90s. Sean Connery was already an icon. Robert De Niro was already huge. Andy Garcia. Holy shit.
Andy Garcia was known.
Yeah, he's probably
But
the
this
least famous person
Yeah.
of this movie.
But then, I mean, there's other people, like Patricia Clarkson is in it, and she's incredible. And Charles Martin Smith, who everybody has seen. You know his face.
There's
face.
tons of those people in this movie. From
Yeah.
Don Harvey to Peter Allward. I'm just looking at their faces, even as they're older here.
Yeah.
Billy Drago,
And you're just like, yeah, of course.
who plays the
You're like, yeah, of course, that guy.
the hitman. You'll know him too.
Oh,
But
God, everybody knows him.
Sean Slap a Woman Connery is so awesome.
He's incredibly charismatic. Incredibly.
We just did a movie of his, didn't we? Yeah, The Rock.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did The Rock. And we were like, I could
Just
listen to him
whenever-
talk all day.
Whenever he's on the screen, he just commands it.
100%. And it's amazing. Like, that's natural raw talent. Like, there's nothing you can do with that. Like,
No.
that's not taught.
Now, he's Irish in this movie, right?
Yes, I think
Yes.
so.
And he does not like Italians. In
The
this movie, I
Irish
remember.
the Irish and the Italians hated each other at this point in time.
Yet they were marrying each other and having
No, but
Dago
they
Guinea
didn't want
kids.
it.
No, that's both. That's an Italian slur, both, right? Dago and Guineas. That's
I
Italian.
have no idea.
I gotta get to my inner races here. What do people
Go-
call Irish?
Go find
people?
your
Irish slurs.
Irish slurs. Oh, Jesus.
But no, Sean Connery's character
No.
did not like Italians in this movie.
Correct.
I remember this.
And Italians did not like Irish
and
people.
they did not like Irish people. No.
Eventually, they started to like each other and hate everybody else.
Yeah.
But that comes later.
Oh, here we go. A Mick, a Patty,
Oh, yeah.
a Teague, a plastic Patty. I can't
Never
say
heard
these
that.
on.
Yeah,
It's like,
don't.
I can't say.
Don't get us banned. Thanks. Appreciate it.
YouTube will flag us. Hey, we got. I didn't tell you this. Side note here. What did we do? It was Ever After.
Yeah.
Got banned in Russia. Our episode of
What did I say about Russia?
Oh no, nothing. It was they have someone in Russia. Some people on YouTube put that they have the copyright to certain music or certain things, and it gets it
Oh, okay, that's
prohibited.
fine.
Can fight it.
I just
but we don't
assumed
have
I said
many
something.
listeners in Russia.
I just assumed that, like, I got us banned for something.
No,
Sometimes I start saying stuff, and it
No.
hurts people's feelings.
So, what do you remember about the movie? Like,
I remember how suave and debonair Kevin Costner and Sean Connery were. I remember Robert De Niro plays a really great Al Capone because he doesn't play him. I don't remember. Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't remember him playing him as like evil. He was just stone cold gangster.
Yeah.
Like that's it. And it was like his job. And it was the frustration of trying to investigate Al Capone and finding a way to get him on the actual crimes he was committing. Because they knew he was murdering people. They knew he was running booze. They knew he was like doing all these things. And they were like, why can't we nail him? And it was impossible. And the shootouts and the frustrations. And I remember a lot of that. But it's really funny because I remember the baby pram.
the carriage.
Yeah. Going down the
The
stairs.
stairs. Yeah.
But I don't remember what brought us to that point. Like at what point it happens in the movie. But I remember that very clearly. So weird what ends up living in your brain.
They were picking up a
But I
whistleblower.
remember.
They were picking up a whistleblower, and
There
people
you
were
go.
coming to assassinate him.
But yeah,
I've seen
no,
this
I
movie
remember.
a lot.
You really have. I've seen it maybe 6-7 times. But it's also been a super long time
It has
since
been
I've
a long
seen
time.
it.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, shit. And I remember when the team comes together and they're all like just ready to do the, and Sean Connery's character is just ready to shoot everybody up. He's like, I don't care about following the rules. And
Yeah.
Kevin Costner's like, we're going to follow the rules.
And
We're going to do this right.
that combo, it might be a cliche, but it's such the best combo, and it works in all like
It works
most-
all over. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. What's the one with William Dafoe and Gene Hackman, Mississippi Burning, where Gene Hackman's like, we'll just shoot people. We'll just take them into the alley and start beating them until they tell us what we want. Oh, yeah, but yeah, Sean Connery. And to say Sean Connery was a movie star in the 80s is an understatement. To say that Kevin Costner was a superstar in the 80s is an understatement. So two huge names.
It's funny because I think this movie, because this movie came out in what, 87?
Yeah.
So this was part of what made him the superstar. Because Field of Dreams came out in 89. This was 87.
Yeah.
85 was Silverado. Dances
Yes.
with Wolves was 90. So all the movies, Bull Durham was 88.
Yeah, so he was starting to rise every year.
This
It
was
getting
his rise,
bigger and
yeah.
bigger. And because Robin Hood really shouldn't have been that great of a movie. It was
No.
a fantastic movie, and it was a huge movie.
Yep.
And he didn't even have to
He's
use
made
an
a lot of
English
really good
accent.
choices. Yeah,
Yes.
God bless.
Yeah, then he did like The Bodyguard and yeah, he said
Yeah.
Dances with Wolves and yeah, he could really pick them. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if it
think
was him or his agent, like JFK,
this was
Revenge.
definitely part of his rise up, and I think it was one of the bigger steps in it.
Yeah,
And
because they
it definitely helps. Obviously, Sean Connery's in there,
yes,
who's a legend,
but I
and
think you're
pulling
right.
everybody
This
up.
was his Field of Dreams was after this, right? Yes.
Yeah,
So I think
Field of
this
Dreams
was
was after
his
this.
big movie. Like this was
Yeah,
his I'm a superstar now.
I think this was the one where everybody really stood up and took notice. Because by the time this came out, that's when he would have been filming like Field of Dreams, or he would have been filming, oh God, what else? There was something else. In 1987, No Way Out came out, but he would have been, when this first came out, Bull Durham would have been coming out, or
Yeah.
would have been filmed. So there was a lot of, I think he just had a really, really successful, probably 8 year where he just made good picks every
Yeah.
single year.
He had some not so great picks.
I mean, yeah.
But I even
There
liked his
were-
not so great, like Waterworld. I love Water.
Look, I can say objectively that Waterworld is not a good movie.
It's not,
However,
but it's so much
when
fun.
when I watched it, I was like, I don't think it's that bad.
No.
Like everybody's talking about it's the apocalypse, and I'm like, it's not that bad.
No. Sure, it cost $250 million to make in 1995. Who cares?
It's
Funny.
fine.
It's about the art, people. Kevin Costner with gills. All right, here is the back of the VHS. After building an empire with bootleg alcohol, legendary crime boss Al Capone, Robert De Niro, rules Chicago with an iron fist. Though Prohibition agent Elliot Ness, Kevin Costner, attempts to take Capone down, even his best efforts fail due to widespread corruption within the Windy City's police force. Recruiting an elite group of lawmen who won't be swayed by bribes or fear, include an Irish-American cop, Jimmy Malone, Sean Connery. Ness renews his determination to bring Capone to justice.
Love it.
Yeah. I would hang the poster in a movie room.
Oh
Absolutely,
yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
I haven't been a fan of Robert Niro's. Well, he's made his like the last few movies. He makes different movies now. They're not the
You know a
greatest,
movie
but I
I
haven't watched a
loved?
lot of them, so that's a little unfair.
Robert De Niro. Oh God, the movie I loved that he did, which surprised me, because I was expecting to not really like it. But The Intern with Anne Hathaway. It's from 2015.
Never seen it.
It surprised me because I thought it was going to be super schmaltzy and really terrible. But I was like,
Yeah, I think it got
I was
good
very
reviews,
into it.
too.
I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it.
But 80s, 90s, 2000, like Andy Garcia,
Oh yeah,
his movie.
there was magic.
But there's, yeah. They don't, no one makes, there's not an actor that makes, I don't think, that I liked every movie they were in.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. It's ridiculously hard to find that.
There are actors where there are actors that make a majority of good movies, and they're all in this
Yes.
movie.
Although I always love it when they make the bad movies, because then you can really like clock that as the, ooh,
Yeah.
you needed a new car, or
Yeah.
your kid went to college.
Yeah, you gave up.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's
You
not
don't
about the art with this
care
one.
anymore. Right, the Untouchables. Let's take a look at the taglines. The taglines for the Untouchables, 1987.
Mhm.
The Chicago dream is that big.
That's terrible.
No one messed with Al Capone, but Elliot Ness messed with him.
That's also terrible.
Yeah. Al Capone, he ruled Chicago with absolute power. No one could touch him. No one could stop him. Until Elliot Ness and a small force of men swore they'd bring him down. That's
not a tagline. That's a blurb.
What are you prepared to do?
That's a good one.
Yeah. Never stop fighting till the fight is done.
Eh.
I think that's a line from the movie.
Yeah.
So the one's not bad.
Yeah. There's one good one. Did they use that on the poster?
Yeah, for those that don't remember the poster, you probably do as soon as I say. It's just Robert De Niro's character out up top, and then underneath it's foreshadowed like by the Untouchables, the Kevin Costner up front, the nerd guy, Andy Garcia behind Sean Connery. Who is the nerd guy? Andy
Charles Martin
Garcia.
Smith.
Charles Martin Smith. Yeah, he's been in a lot of movies too. Holy shit.
He's been in a lot.
Great character actor.
Oh, yeah. He works steady.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been in tons. Okay. What do we think 1987 Untouchables movie budget going to be?
I think it was pretty big. Up to 30 million.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That feels right.
Yeah, 25 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe this movie did very well in the theater.
Oh, yeah. No, I think it did gangbusters. Yeah, gangbusters.
So on a 25,
After I said that, I was like, oh, shit.
it made 76 million in 1987. So it made back as 25. It made money in 1987
Yeah, man.
because you didn't pay no 40 million for advertising in 1987.
No,
So
you did not.
You're looking at a nice 30, 40 million dollar return on this movie, which is pretty good.
I'd say so. I don't know why I always thought it was in the 90s that this movie was made, but it's like 1987.
Yeah. It's plus it takes place in the 30s, so
Yeah.
it's timeless that way.
Mhm.
It doesn't look dated. Well, I mean, it might look dated when we see it, but
Yeah.
it
We'll
doesn't
see
scream.
how we feel.
It doesn't scream 80s.
Yeah,
So
true.
it was released on June 5th, going into the summer holidays. It opened at number 2 with $10 million.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Now, okay, so it was behind first place Beverly Hills Cop 2, which was in its 3rd week.
Okay, yeah, but it's Beverly Hills Cop
But
2.
it's Beverly Hills Cop 2. It also premiered the same weekend as Harry and the Hendersons, which opened at number 3 with 4 million in its first weekend. Oh, one of our favorites, number 4, Ernest Goes to Camp, was in its 3rd week.
In its 3rd week. That many people went to see it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Ernest the Camp made $23 million.
That's
And
embarrassing.
I can't remember, but its budget was not high.
Well, it was not.
Number 5 was The Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox in its 9th week. That movie I remember being huge.
Yeah.
The Gate was number 6. I remember loving that movie. Was in its 4th week. It's a horror movie. I think Steven Dorff. Who's the younger brother? Brad or Steven? Steven Dorff plays a kid, and his friend open up this gate to hell, and these little monsters come out to try to kill him.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, well, I remember a lot of things were great, and they were not.
Yeah.
I'm
just saying.
notorious for this. The infamous Ishtar was number 7 in its 4th week. Creepshow 2 was number 8. I love Creepshow 2. Was in its 6th week.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9 was Platoon. Holy shit, was in its 25th week at number 9. My God. We should watch Platoon. And number 10 was The Chipmunk Adventure. What?
Is
the
that
Chipmunks
Simon Alvin?
compete with the Chipettes in a round-the-world race.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I don't remember that movie.
Neither do I.
It was in its 3rd week and falling fast. That was our top 10 for that weekend. So number 2, not bad. Had some staying power. Went to number 4, then to number 4, then to 6, then to 6, 8, and then it fell out to number 11, to 12, to 14, to 16, while amassing $76 million. So yeah, it didn't set the box office on fire, but it did okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to say, unlike my picks lately, the critics like this movie.
I'm gonna agree with you on that. I'm gonna agree with you.
And we have 76 reviews coming in at 83%, and 100,000 users. Audience score coming in at 89%. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Yeah. So this bodes well. So if you want to,
Yeah.
you got lots to choose from. If you want to look for a
All right. I'm heading there. I'm heading there. Okay. So Richard Friedman from the Newark Star Ledger. De Palma has learned how to make a vastly entertaining film in which the violence is controlled and really counts dramatically.
George Morris from the Chicago Reader gives it 1 out of 4. This is a bit
Wow.
pompous, but here we go. To paraphrase William Butler Yeats, the moral, psychological, and emotional center of The Untouchables, like that of all of De Palma's movies and like that of Reagan's administration, simply cannot hold. Dude, it's a movie. Fuck, you're reading way too much into this.
Matt Brunson from Film Frenzy gave it 4 out of 4, and this is what he says. It's one of the great gangster flicks, a gorgeously realized production that places archetypal heroes and villains in the service of a rip-roaring storyline.
Yeah, because they're fighting prohibition. Really, you shouldn't be cheering for these
Yeah.
people, though. You should be cheering for Al Capone.
Hey, Al Capone is the reason why milk has expiry dates on it.
That's right. Why do I know that? What is that from?
It's a fun fact that goes around all the time. I don't know why it keeps popping up, but it does. But basically because some of his family got sick because of old milk.
Mm.
So he
Beat the
basically
shit out of someone.
he strong-armed the dairy industry into putting on expiry dates saying like when the milk starts to go bad. And that's why we have that on milk, because his family got sick. And he
Well,
was
thank you, Al
like,
Capone.
fuck that shit. And also, I think people in the neighborhood also got like died, which is
mean
why
that
people weren't
notorious?
ratting Al Capone out.
Yeah. He gave us expiration dates on milk and alcohol. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Stephen Hunter from the Baltimore Sun. The characters become moral forces rather than human beings, and the story has the tiny renaissance of a cheap Western. It's fabulously entertaining for what it is, but its lack of emotion leaves you a little depressed. Or lack of ambition, I'm sorry, it leaves you a little depressed.
Well, Christopher Lloyd from the Film Yap gives a 5 out of 5, saying Brian De Palma and David Mamet's genre masterpiece is an opera of sentiment and sadism. The story of a good man who adopts the brutish tactics of his enemy, but somehow remains untouched.
Dave Kerr from the Chicago Tribune says it's an action film without much personality or drive and without enough imaginative detail to make the action gripping or meaningful.
Manuel Salbentu from MSB Reviews gave it an A-, and this is actually a more recent review, so he mentions that. The Untouchables still holds up incredibly well after more than 30 years. Production-wise, not only do the sets and costumes seamlessly resemble the Prohibition era, but Brian De Palma's technically impressive blocking and framing are a joy to watch.
Mary Ann Bressett of the Spiritually and Practice. The pacing is lethargic as the director seems to treat the saga of Law and Order with mock seriousness.
I'm going to make this my last one. Richard Roper from Chicago Sun-Times said, The Untouchables is heavy on the fiction, but thanks in large part to those great Chicago locales, it feels palpable and real.
All right, here's my last one. Nick Davis from Nick's Flick Picks gives it 1 out of 5. Costner's lack of charisma, Connery's arrogance, and De Palma's disinterest in his material add up to pretty lame couple hours. Ouch.
Wow. Sounds like someone was bullied as a teen.
Yeah. All right, let's go to IMDb. IMDb had, 353,000 user ratings, coming in at 7.8. Wow. That's not bad.
That's impressive.
Yeah. All right, you can find number 10.
Okay. Ooh. Honorable flashback to the classic film noirs from the 30s to the 60s. Enzi Swanee, 10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah. Sean Connery did win an Oscar for this, didn't he?
Did he?
I think so, because it says Sean Connery wins the Oscar and Kevin Costner takes a huge step towards being a superstar.
Good for him.
Near brilliant gangster drama, 9 out of 10. Leaf of Wine, Draco.
Okay. Okay. Brilliantly and stylishly recreated story about Elliot Ness and And Al Scarface Capone. Ma Quartz, 8 out of 10. Or Ma Cortez.
Mark Rhodes, number 2, says gets A for entertainment and F for history. I'm pretty sure it didn't follow history. Probably used a few liberties.
Factually flawed and implausible storylines. Crumpy TV, 6 out of 10.
I pretty much spend my time in a perpetual eye roll when watching this movie. Al's ex-gal, 5 out of 10.
This is really interesting. Okay, I'm going to do this one. But so many of them were like overrated or most overrated film of all time. There a lot of them were that. But the one I'm actually going to pick is, where are you? Okay. I totally lost it because I scrolled. See, this is what happens when you scroll.
Yeah, I know. I do that all the time.
This is it.
Looking for something better.
I know. Cliche, world feels empty, and Costner is wooden. That's from Mail, 4 out of 10.
Yeah, same thing. Garbage, overblown garbage. The plot corner shows overload. Terrible accents. Here we go. This sums it up. From Joris Geblez, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's just a bunch of letters. Bad script, bad director, bad acting equals bad movie. 3 out of 10.
10% brilliant, 90% laughable. Gary May, 76173, 2 out of 10.
Directed like a kid's film. Jesus, that's harsh. Very bad, very 80s.
Terrible.
Disappointing. Oh my God. And I just did the same thing you did.
We're ridiculous.
Okay, here we go. The number 1 movie disappointment of all time. Vital Aerophobias? 1 out of 10. Okay. It still bodes well for us. It's got too much.
I mean, yeah.
I get the history is going to not be like it is in the movie. Every movie's like that.
This is not a documentary.
It would be boring if we
watched
the real story. A lot of paper pushing, a lot of filling out forms.
They're literally going to be sitting there going, and then we requested these tax forms.
Yeah. Oh, it came back. The judge said no, so we had to start over. Then we had a stakeout for 7 days. Yeah, it wouldn't be a good movie.
You peed in a bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, Hollywood.
Let's just share this. I just played it without you seeing it.
I grew up in a tough neighborhood. Sometimes a reputation follows you.
Robert De Niro is Al Capone.
There is violence in Chicago, of course, but not by me and not by anybody I employ, and I'll tell you why, because it's not good business.
Kevin Costner is Elliot Ness.
I have sworn to put this man away with any and all legal means at my disposal, and I will do so.
Sean Connery is Jimmy Malone.
You want to get Capone? Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way. You just joined the Treasury Department, son. Everybody knows where the booze is. The problem isn't finding it.
Let's do some good!
The problem is who wants to cross the pond.
Somebody messes with me, I'm gonna mess with him.
You carry a badge?
Yes.
Carry a gun.
Get your hands in the air!
You're all under arrest.
You fellas
fellas are untouchable. Is that the saying, no one can get to you? Hey, everybody can be gotten to.
All right, then. Drive him to the station. Anything happens, you shoot first. You understand me?
Well, I'll tell you one more thing. You got an all-out prize fight, you wait till the fight's over, one guy's left standing, and that's how you know who won.
Just tell me, are you being careful?
Careful as mice. I want to hurt the man Malone. I want to start taking the battle to him. I want to hurt Capone.
This man can finger Al Capone. This man could put Capone behind bars.
Well, what's the matter? Can't you talk with a gun in your mouth?
You're not approving the methods. Yeah? Well, you're not from Chicago.
I want you to find this Nancy boy Elliot Ness. I want him dead. I want his family dead.
Paramount Pictures presents a Brian De Palma film.
I have forsworn myself. I have broken every law I swore to defend. I have become what I beheld, and I am content that I have done right.
You got nothing. Nothing. And if you were a man, you would have done it now.
Never stop fighting till the fight is done.
The Untouchables.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna like it still.
Yeah, it still looks awesome. And I forgot
It
a
still
bunch.
looks so cool.
Yeah, I forgot a whole bunch that just started popping
Me
out.
too.
The opera thing and yeah. Does that one guy, was that Billy Bob Thornton?
No. You know who it is? Oh, God. What's his name? Brad Sullivan, I think.
Oh, maybe. Because at first I looked at it like,
I
that's
think that's
Billy
who it
Bob
was.
Thornton?
I can see why you would think that. I can see why.
No, it looks...
Because I was like, I know that guy.
It looks awesome. It looks...
Yeah.
I love period pieces.
Oh, they're so good.
And when especially when they're done really well. And it's Brian De Palma.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, this looks violent. It looks... The
It looks
cast looks
amazing.
great. Yeah, no, this... Yeah, I can confidently say this would... I can already say buy it. That was probably going to be my score. I'm not...
Let's not jump ahead.
I'm not gonna, just in case.
Yeah, don't make assumptions because you assume that you like a lot of movies that are not very likable. So I'm saying.
Yeah. Actually, I think this one's on Paramount Plus.
I think it is too.
Yeah. But yeah. No, I think it's gonna be great. I am actually really looking forward to going to watch this movie.
Me too.
All right.
It's gonna be a good time.
So we are going to go watch The Untouchables from 1987, and when we get back, we are going to review it.
You heard them. Movie time. Let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves a treat, and then watch a classic kick-ass movie from whenever the one we're about to watch was made.
And welcome back. Did you watch 1987's The Untouchables?
I did indeed.
Me too. What's your initial thoughts?
Andy Garcia was so fucking hot.
Yeah, with a hairy back and everything. Do you see that hair just shooting out of his fucking sweater there at the police school? Good
know.
for you, dude.
It's so hot.
So
like
Italian.
he's still a very attractive man.
He's very young in this movie.
He's so young. Wait, 19. He would have been. Oh my God, he would have been 30 when they were filming this.
Yeah, not that young, but he looked
not that young. He looked younger.
Looked a lot younger. He looked like he was just out of the police academy.
For reals. That's the Latino in him. Because he's Cuban. Hey, hottie, how you doing? But anyways, yeah, no, not surprisingly, because I picked this movie and I remember loving it.
Mm-hmm.
And I still really, really liked it. I had forgotten, though, how much almost 1930s filmmaking vibe was in it.
Oh, tons.
Yeah.
Brian
like,
De Palma
I thought
wanted to make a 1930s
like film noir
Yeah.
kind of vibe. And he did use all of the tips and tricks, which kind of made it a little comic booky to me. Like
it made it, you weren't in, like, it made it feel like a movie, if that makes sense. Like you're watching a movie.
100%. 100%. It felt not like real life.
Yeah, like Saving Private Ryan,
Yeah.
you're there. in the
You're there.
experience.
I actually can't watch Saving Private Ryan because the first 15 minutes of the movie make me so incredibly nauseous. I can't make it through it.
Best.
I know, but I was like, I can handle it. And then I was like, nope, no, I can't. I'm ready to puke.
Where my grandpa went. And he loved nothing better than killing a man.
My grandpa didn't fight in World War II. However, he did fight in World War One. In France somewhere. Yeah. My parents were from the silent. They're older. They're from the silent generation. So my dad was born in like 36. My mom was born in 1940. But my dad is one of the younger of my grandparents' 11 fucking surviving children. I think my grandmother might have given birth to 14 in total, but like 11 survived. They started having kids. Like my oldest aunt on my dad's side was born the day my grandfather got in France for World War One to fight in World War One. And then for World War II, we had a dictator in place, and he was all like, we're not going to fight. We're just going to make money off of everybody. And then I'm going to hoard that while my people starve. But whatevs, we're not going to talk about that. We're talking about the Untouchables. And that's with the Untouchables, they were not going for realism.
No,
there was
no.
There
This was
no
a
realism.
movie. No.
This was a movie. And they're like, this is a movie about Elliot Ness and Al Capone. Let's go. And you're in it. And I love the sets. And
it looked fucking gorgeous.
Malone's apartment?
Oh,
like,
where that opening scene where they're just skimming by everything. I'm like, everything is particularly placed and bought and to look like 1930s.
Good. You're in the world.
Yeah.
But it's funny because as you're watching it, you're never sitting there going, oh, this is an 80s version of the 30s. At some points, I was like, this really feels like something that was made in the 1930s. Like slightly better film quality. But I mean,
yeah,
this feels very, very 1930s.
Oh, every shot I think was picked out meticulously to look and represent the 30s. If it didn't, it would not be in that shot. I think that's how meticulous they were.
Only one shot that felt really unnatural, but that was because of a green screen fuck up.
Oh, the falling?
The falling.
Yeah.
The falling. That was the only one where I was like...
And it was only that one part because the rest of the falling was great. Like it was a stunt man jumping off the building.
Yeah.
Oh, and it looked great coming through the car.
Yes.
Because that body just trashed that car.
And then when they did the close-up of the body in the car... Yeah. You're like, oh, yeah, that's good. But I mean, and then there's some stuff where you're like, there was one person that got shot. I can't remember who. But the amount of blood that gets coughed up when they're shot, I was like,
Malone.
Oh. No, I don't think it was Malone. It was someone else where it was like literally, it might have been one of Capone's men. It literally looks like a fountain of faux blood is coming out. And I was like, that's a little excessive.
Oh,
but
yeah, when he shoots him in the head, when Andy Garcia shoots the guy in the head, holding the
There's
bookkeeper,
brain matter on the wall.
Brain matter on the wall. Like, it's very
I was
gory.
like, yes, beautiful. So good. Because it finally was not like, oh, you got shot, and then there's just like a little blooming of red on the shirt. Nah, man. No. They're all like, Malone was amazing. His apartment was fucking killer.
Oh, his apartment was killer? Yeah.
That is a great apartment. Where do I get one?
I forgot Charles Martin Smith, Oscar Wallace.
Yeah,
Oscar died. I'm like,
when
he got in the elevator, and then it was the hitman dressed as the cop.
Yeah, and he lifts his head when Nitty lifts his head. I'm like,
fuck,
no!
I forgot. I'm like, oh, maybe he died and Malone lived. Sean Connery's character lit. No,
but it was so funny because I was actually watching this on my laptop while I was in the living room with my sister and my dad. My dad's watching hockey. The Leafs won. What is happening? But anyways, so I'm watching this and then they get in the elevator and then you see Nitty's head like raise. And I was like, oh, no, not the accountant. And my sister looked at me like, I'm this batshit crazy. And I was like, the accountant. And then when they showed I was like, no, they hung him up. No, how about you got to disrespect him like that?
Yeah, and wrote touchable in his blood.
Which is really fucked up. Like, what are you doing?
How much time does this guy have?
You're sticking your fingers in a corpse to be like, finger paint. That's fucking weird. So
That-
when
that-
he's falling off a building and crashing through a car,
Very
I'm cool with
satisfying.
it. Very satisfying.
Because I forgot that too, and he's like, he was going to shoot him when he was hanging off the building, and Ness had the gun train, but he's the better guy.
Yeah.
But then when he said, like, your friend squealed like a stuck pig, and he just
That was
grabbed him
it.
and started running him towards the edge. Hey, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, sweet.
But it's funny because the way it's shot,
Fly,
it
you
almost
giddy
looks
bastard.
like it almost looks like he's trying to push him into the door.
Yeah.
So I was like,
and
oh,
then
is he
it-
going to throw him down the stairs? And then he's off the roof. And you're like,
POVs out of the way of the door.
it's
and
so
just
amazing.
Tosses him.
I was like, yes, let's go. Toss that motherfucker. He deserves it. He killed Malone and the accountant. How are you going to kill the accountant? He was so cute.
Yeah, poor Oscar. Yeah, he was very funny. Who also,
he was
in
so
that
excited.
bridge scene, killed a shitload of people.
Fuck yeah. Like,
He got
the
used to that
rage came
shotgun
out.
real quick.
Yeah, and then when he ran out of bullets, he was just like charging them. He's like, ah! I was like, my God, man, Oscar, you are my favorite. He found the violence.
Malone, Sean Connery's character dying with the opera song, that came flooding back. Like, I'm like, oh, yes, the
Yeah.
opera. What is it called? Pigliacci? I can't remember what it's called.
Pagliacci.
Pagliacci. Yeah, so
Il
effective.
Pagliacci,
Robert
yeah.
De Niro as Al Capone. Like, Robert De Niro, 70s, 80s, and 90s Robert De Niro is
Yes.
unmatched. He was so good as Al Capone. Such a
He such a douchebag, but it was so funny because I've heard this about Al Capone.
very
and-
likable. Apparently.
Very likable. He was
Yeah.
very charismatic, very likable, but he had a hair trigger temper.
Mhm.
And he would become like murderous and then be likable and great again.
Yeah.
Like he was very much, I'm literally going to beat, like when the scene where he beats that guy to death
The
with
baseball
the
bat.
baseball bat. And then he goes back and he's like, hey guys,
Yeah,
there's
let's eat-
tiramisu, like have a coffee. Let's go. That was apparently he was very much like that, where it was like, you really had to be fucking careful because he'd be like, murder their entire family. That's fine.
Yeah, I want him
Now let's-
dead. I want his family dead. I
let's
want
go
his
get
house
some ice cream.
burnt to the ground.
He was
Yeah.
but he was very, very charismatic, very charming, and people liked him.
Yeah.
True, murdering crazy bastard, but he's so nice, so polite.
No, he played, and you can see it too when he's watching the opera, and he's
Yeah.
crying with the opera, and then the hitman comes in and bends down and tells him, and he's annoyed that I'm being emotional here. You're annoying me. He
It's
has
like,
that look.
this is my time.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You can wait until the break. Like you don't need to tell me right now.
No.
God bless. But yeah,
No.
no, he played a great Capone,
Yeah.
a really great Capone.
And Kevin Costner, you could see why Kevin Costner was so popular. I mean, he's popular now, but I mean, why you could see like in the 80s and 90s that he was a superstar.
Yes. He has
And-
great on-screen presence.
Yeah.
Really,
he
really great.
does. And you
But
can
you
see
can also
why.
tell. Oh, I was just going to say you can tell this is early in his career
Yeah.
because he's still a little kind of raw, I guess. Not as refined. But I mean, it's awesome to be able to watch someone's career and talent get refined over the years. And you're like, now he makes a look, and everybody's like, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is.
Oh yeah, even now, like I watched the first couple seasons of Yellowstone,
Mm-hmm.
and he's great in it. It's a soap
Yeah.
opera, but
It is.
he's great in it. I love Kevin Costner movies. Not all of them, but he made a lot of good movies.
No, I like a lot of his movies too. I mean, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Which
Love
shouldn't be
that
a good movie, considering.
It shouldn't, but my God, is
But
it
it works.
enjoyable. Mind you, it's been a long time since I've watched it.
Yeah.
Hidden Figures, one of my favorite movies. And he just the right amount of clueless white man. But fuck this shit, we got a job to do. It was perfect.
It's the one where he's the convict and he kidnaps the boy, and they become kind of friends. Is it?
Perfect World.
Yes, I love that movie with Clint Eastwood as the guy hunting him.
I
Such a
think
good-
so.
I like Waterworld.
Okay, you know what? I've watched Waterworld. It's not as bad as everybody talked about. Like,
No, I thought it was great.
I thought it was going to be painful to watch. And then I watched it and I was like, I mean, is it a bad movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad.
No, it's in the vein of like Mad Max and all those like.
Yeah. And I'm like, they
movies.
tried.
Yeah.
It was
Dennis
fine.
Hopper as the lunatic was phenomenal.
Dennis Hopper is a great lunatic. They really, he's so good. But yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff that like he's done, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I like him in Draft Day.
Draft Day was great.
Draft Day, I actually really liked. Yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, no, there's a bunch of stuff that like he's done where I'm like, yeah,
3,000 Miles to Graceland, JFK. I even like the Postman.
JFK.
Tin Cup, Message in a Bottle, Perfect World, Wyatt Earp. I like The Bodyguard, Robin Hood.
The Bodyguard, I love.
Dances with Wolves, Revenge. Yeah, he's made a lot big movies.
You know what's funny with The Bodyguard? I was like, okay, let me watch. I love
that movie. Was so huge.
That movie, it's huge. The music is amazing. Like the soundtrack is fantastic. But also, I was so surprised because I was like, Whitney Houston is actually like a very talented actress. Like she did so well. And it was like crazy to me. And I was like, oh, I wish she hadn't done so much crack. Because I also like her in Waiting to Exhale. She was so good in that. And I was like, I think she could have had she could have really had a huge acting career.
Yeah.
But crack is whack.
Stupid crack.
I'm telling honestly, I blame Bobby Brown. That's who I blame. I blame him 100%. I mean, yes, Whitney made choices. But I blame Bobby.
Yeah, no, this movie was very well done. But I agree. It is a movie. When you're watching it, you're watching a movie. You're not experiencing you're actually watching a movie. And once, it was a little jarring at first because I'm like, oh, that's different. Oh, okay, I see what they're doing. Yeah. The sound, the look, even the clothing. The fashion was done by Armani, yeah. I'm like,
oh my God. When I saw that in the credits, I was like, Giorgio?
Gonna see some nice suits. And
Mind
we did.
We did. Those were great suits. I was like, the tailoring on this movie, everything fit perfectly, which makes a lot of sense. Because in 1930, if you had money, you went to a tailor. Even if you didn't have money.
You still went and had your clothes fit. Yeah.
Yeah. You still went to a tailor with the suit that you bought at Sears through the catalog. Although more than likely you got it secondhand from someone.
Yeah. And then have it
You
redone.
would still get it tailored.
Yeah.
Like tailoring was so of the time. Now it's super hard to find a good tailor or seamstress. It's really fucking hard. And mine retired. I just found out a couple of years ago she was dead. It was very upsetting. That woman could make miracles happen. But anyways.
No, and it had some very epic moments. The border crossing was great. The ending, the big scene at the end where it was only him left and Andy Garcia left.
The only part of that scene that really got on my nerves, and then I was
baby crying?
Oh, no, not even the baby. Excuse me, not even the baby crying. The mother of the baby.
Oh.
Okay. And she was just I was like, girl, leave your baby at the bottom of the stairs. Take your suitcases up. Run back down. Grab your baby. Take the baby up the stairs. Why is this hard?
Yeah.
But she's all like, 2 suitcases, take it up 4 steps. And now I understand why.
Why Elliot Ness was getting aggravated?
Well, Elliot Ness was getting really aggravated. One, because he was also looking at her. And I think it was woman, get out of the way, but also partially I should be helping her.
Yes.
That's just the kind of guy Ness is.
Yeah.
And then when he finally
you see a lot of men pass her and don't do shit.
Oh, everybody's just walking by her. She's like, it's okay, sweetie. And I was like, and then she takes the suitcases, because she's got 2 of them. She takes the 2 suitcases up like 6 stairs. And then she goes back for the baby. And I'm like, oh my God. Leave your baby at the bottom of the stairs. Run up the stairs with the 2 suitcases. Drop them there. Go back down. Grab your baby. Go.
Yeah.
But so that drove me nuts. But then I realized, I was like, no, that's good. Because that extended period with the mom and the baby and all of that it grates on Ness's nerves too.
Yes.
Because it makes him conflicted and it separates his focus. And you understand why it happened afterwards. So you're like, oh, okay, fine. I forgive you, but that's still super fucking annoying. Because you're tense. Because you're like, oh my God, just get the baby out of there. Because you know something's going to happen. Ness knows something's going to happen. We all know something's going to happen.
Meanwhile, Ness lets the baby go down the stairs in a shootout.
Look, the baby was on the landing. It's not Ness's fault. The baby, who, by the way, was like 3 years old.
It was a big baby.
It was a very big baby. The pram stroller thing went by itself. This was not Ness's fault. The stroller was stopped, and then it started.
Yeah.
With no one touching it.
And the people trying to save the baby, help the baby, save the baby, they're getting shot in the back. They're getting they shot the side of the stroller.
Yes. Thankfully, it was probably in the mattress.
Yeah.
But you see that look when Ness sees the baby in the stroller after the shootout. Be as can be.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
fun.
That's okay, good.
But George coming running out the side and sliding along,
in,
blocking the thing and tossing the gun up because he ran out of bullet. No, it was a great scene. There were a lot of great scenes in this movie.
Scene.
Yeah. All right, let's go over this movie. Oh, in 1930, during Prohibition, the notorious gangster Al Capone supplies illegal liquor and controls most of Chicago. Bureau of Prohibition agent Elliot Ness has been tasked with halting Capone's activities, but his first attempt at a liquor raid fails due to corrupt police alerting Capone. Yeah, they were all dirty.
So everybody was there are so many dirty cops.
Yeah.
And everybody was just corrupt. And I mean, I get it, because you don't want to piss off Capone because you and your entire family will die.
At the beginning, it was the one Capone guy going in trying to sell beer to the candy shop owner or whatever he was doing. And that little girl, mister, you forgot your briefcase. They blow her up.
When they blow her up, I was like, well, no, because when they left the briefcase, you see him kind of clicking some stuff and then walking away. And I was like, oh, shit, that's a bomb.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, they're going to blow up the little girl because it said something Houseman's Laundry or something.
Oh, okay.
That's why all the shirts were in the window. But I guess they also had a soda fountain thing. And he's like, I'm not going to buy your beer because it tastes like ass. And it was valid, get better beer. But anyways, when he left it behind, I was like, oh, they're going to blow up the girl. And then the girl runs to grab the briefcase to run it out. And I was like, oh, no.
They didn't just blow her up. They blew her up.
I was like, she is not going to make it. There is no way she could survive. I was like, man, you're just going to kill a little girl right off the bat.
Well, that set the tone for them being the bad guys, I think.
Oh, yeah. Because it was I don't want to buy your beer. Kaboom.
Yep.
Let's kill this 6-year-old who I guess is just going to get water, soda water, something, tonic, something, whatever they have on tap there.
Because her mom was sick.
Yeah.
And then Elliot Ness realizes that his entire department's probably corrupt, and he's all defeated right away. But then the mother of that girl is there thanking him for trying to put these people behind bars, and that kind of revigorates him to try again.
He gets really pissed off when he pulls out the parasol from the crate, and I mean, I'm valid. I'd be pissed too.
Yeah,
you're
see expecting
a bottle of whiskey,
looking at the paper, seeing it, just laughing.
Yeah. He's giggling away, and somebody puts it on his door, and no, we're going to keep this. It's fuel. It's fuel. And then he's like, now I need to find people who are not corrupt. Good luck on that one.
Yeah. He encounters veteran Irish-American officer James Malone, who opposes the rampant corruption and offers to help Ness, suggesting that they find a man from the police academy who is not yet under Capone's influence and still believes in the idealistic aspects of law enforcement. Yeah, at first, because he's just at the bridge. He litters, and Malone's there, and Malone's like, hey, there's a fucking trash can right there.
Malone gives 0 fucks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's an older policeman, still working the beat on nights.
Yeah, he pissed somebody off. You could realize
he pissed somebody off.
Yeah, someone that old working the night beat. Yeah, he definitely pissed somebody off.
He fucked up. He either fucked up somewhere or like later on you end up finding out that like he's kind of friends with, is it the captain or the chief, whoever?
Yeah.
The one of the higher ups. And you're like, maybe he was put there because they knew he would never take money. So like, let me save his life.
Okay, they recruit Italian-American trainee George Stone for his who's actually born Giuseppe Petri. Yeah.
Yes.
Malone's kind of a racist.
Everybody's kind of
all
a racist.
The slurs.
Here's the thing. This was a time when Italians and the Irish really hated each other in the States and in Canada too. Like there was I guess a war of the immigrants, and I don't understand why. But there was a lot of like slurs being thrown around, a lot of just terribleness. But also at the same time, he was like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I think he used all the slurs to kind of get him to trigger him. And he got triggered, pulled out a second gun from nowhere.
Yeah. And that's why they want him also for his superior marksmanship and his integrity. Joined by accountant Oscar Wallace, they successfully raid a Capone liquor warehouse and start to gain positive publicity, with the press dubbing them the Untouchables. Yeah, it's like Malone said. Everyone knows where the liquor is. It's not fine. We know where it is. It's if you want to go down that road.
Exactly. And they do, which is amazing. That was a great raid. For four cops. 4 cops come in.
Yeah.
They're like, let's round up all these people.
And the one guy's like, no, I paid you guys. What are you doing? That's actually the guy that gets the baseball bat in the back of the head. Really wasn't even his fault.
No kidding. Because they're like, everybody knows. You're not keeping it a secret. This is not happening on the down low. Everybody knows everybody's business.
Yeah.
They just all don't want a baseball bat to the back of the head.
During an organizational dinner meeting, Capone kills the warehouse manager with a baseball bat to warn his other subordinates. Yeah, this was a great scene, too, because he does the whole baseball analogy about being a team. Yeah. He's walking around the table, and everyone's like, yeah, we're a team. And then he just and that's a lot of blood, too. It just splatters everywhere. Yeah. That shot overhead going down as the blood, the red blood,
as the blood is like the river
is
happening. Oh, my God.
Discovering that Capone has not filed an income tax return for 4 years, Wallace suggests trying to build a tax evasion case against him, as Capone's network keeps him well insulated from his other crimes. Crooked alderman John O'Shea offers Ness a bribe to drop his investigation, but Ness refuses. That was a good scene, too.
Is very violently refuses.
Yeah.
He tosses the money at him, and he's like, get out. It's like, ooh, Ness.
Enforcer Frank Needy threatens Ness's family. Yeah, that's where he goes home. He's like, your kid having a birthday? It's nice to have family.
And he's sitting in the car across from the house, being super.
And he looks like a hitman.
100%. And it's funny because Ness and Needy initially is just all like, oh, yeah, no, stranger on the street. Let me tell you about my private life. Mind you, 1930, this was perfectly normal. But it was so funny because when he finally starts clicking, everything starts clicking together, he's like, fuck, get my family out, get them out. Yeah.
No, if you had a lineup of people and you're saying, who's the hitman, you'd point at that guy. That guy's the hitman. Obviously, look at him. It's like a 100%. Hitman.
And he really enjoys wearing white.
Yeah. Again, I cannot stress for those listening how well this movie looks. How amazing the costumes, the sets, everything. It is really well done.
All the set decor, all of the details. It's so good.
Ness immediately moves his wife, Catherine, and daughter to a safe house. In a subsequent raid on the Canadian border, Ness and his team intercept an incoming liquor shipment. This was a great scene, too, on horseback there. And I'm like, because you're thinking horseback, but again, in 1930s, it was not strange to see people going around some stores, not in Chicago maybe, but other stores would have places that you could rope your fucking horse to.
No, it's true, but also paved roads were a novelty at that point.
Yes, yeah.
cars were a novelty. It wasn't a in the 30s is when cars in cities became very, very popular. Like if you were outside of a city, it wasn't, because like when did cars first went into production? I think it was like in the late 1800s. But then it was really a symbol of the super wealthy. It was only in the 1910s, 1920s that cars became more popular. But you did not have the extensive, paved roads that you have now. And we also didn't have, I don't know when they made streetlights, but there was not a lot of infrastructure around driving.
No.
A lot of people just bought a car and started going.
Started driving. You just looked out.
You didn't need a license.
Fuck you, pedestrian.
No training. You're just like, I'm going to start my car. Bye.
Ness and his team intercept an incoming liquor shipment, killing several gangsters and capturing a Capone bookkeeper named George. This was great too when George isn't talking, and they tell Malone to get out because he hits him, but he picks up that corpse and says, "You're going to tell me, you guinea bat," and then shoots the corpse in the head. And then George is like, "I'll tell you whatever the bookkeeper is. I'll tell you whatever you want.
I'll tell you whatever you want." And he starts going through it. And then the RCMP guy was like, "I do not approve of your methods."
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're not from Chicago."
Whom they eventually persuade to testify against his employer. Back in Chicago, Needy, dressed as a policeman, murders Wallace and George. Oh, Wallace was the bookkeeper. I'm sorry. And George was the accountant. In the elevator of the police station. Yeah, I forgot all about that. And I'm like,
me too.
God damn it.
I was like, oh, right, because they got a Capone on tax evasion. So I was like, of course they have the accountants. And I was like, oh, I forgot you were in this movie. And then they fucking killed him.
Actually, no, his name isn't George. George is Andy Garcia. Oscar Wallace. Oscar Wallace is the
agent.
Wikipedia has it wrong here. It's Wallace. Oh, is George? Oh, Georgie. He calls him Georgie Boy.
Oh, yeah,
The bookkeeper is also named George. I'm sorry. Because he calls him Georgie
correct.
Boy. Yeah. At the police station, leaving a haunting message for Ness. That's where they, you're touchable in blood.
The touchable, yeah.
And hang poor Oscar up on the,
Which is so rude.
Yeah. And then Ness goes and confronts Capone at the Lexington Hotel after the murders, but Malone intervenes, urging Ness to focus on persuading the district attorney not to dismiss the charge against Capone. Mm-hmm. Realizing that the police chief, Mike Dorset, betrayed Wallace and George, Malone forces Dorset to reveal where Capone's other accountant, Walter Payne, is hiding. That evening, one of Capone's men breaks into Malone's apartment. Malone chases him with a shotgun. Yeah, that's where he's like, leave it to a Dago Wop to bring a knife to a gunfight. And then you're like, yeah. And then when he gets out the door, you see the other hitman waiting there with the Tommy gun.
Tommy gun.
Oh, fuck.
I was like, sir, why are you going outside? Close the door and lock it.
And fills him full of lead.
But then he's so filled
with rage.
With Irish rage. He army crawls into the living room.
Yep. And it's reminiscent to the gun scene, not quite as bad as Godfather, where the brother gets stopped at that car stop and 18 guys pop out with machine guns and shoot him. But yeah, he gets shot more than once in this scene.
Yeah. But he stays alive, man.
Shortly after, Ness and Stone arrive to find Malone mortally wounded. Before he dies, Malone shows them which train Payne will take out of town. As the duo await Payne's arrival at Union Station, Ness notices a young mother, here we are, with 2 suitcases and her child in a carriage, laboriously climbing the lobby steps. Ness ultimately decides to assist her, but the gangsters guarding Payne appear as Ness and the woman reach the top of the stairs, and a bloody shootout occurs. Although outnumbered, Ness and Stone manage to capture Payne alive and kill all his escorts, keeping both the mother and child unharmed. When Payne testifies at Capone's trial, Ness observes that Capone appears strangely calm and that Needy is wearing a gun in the courtroom. The bailiff removes Needy and searches him, finding a note from Chicago Mayor William Hale Thompson that effectively permits him to carry the weapon. However, noticing that Needy possesses a matchbook with Malone's address written inside, Ness realizes that Needy killed Malone. Panicked, Needy shoots the bailiff before fleeing to the courthouse roof where Ness captures him. After Needy insults the memory of Malone and gloats that he will escape conviction for the murder, and enraged Ness pushes him off the roof to his death, avenging Wallace and Malone. Yeah, he killed both of them.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was terrible.
Bastard.
And Ness struggles with it, but Ness like chases after him, and he has every intention of arresting him. And as we talked about, he was gonna kill him when he was hanging off the side of the building, but then he was like, "No, I'm gonna do the right thing." But then he was all like, he bled like a stuck pig, and then Ness was like, "Fuck this shit." What is it?
Awesome.
Oh God, what was the line? Something about I'll put you in, you shoot at me and I'll put you in the morgue. That was Malone's line.
That was Malone's.
So
yeah.
it was very in the spirit of Malone.
Yes.
Because Malone would be like, "Yo, you can't." Because Malone did give him a little pep talk where he's like, "You can't do this. Like, you got to go a step further. You can't just follow the rules because they're going to beat you.
Yeah.
You got to be willing to take it further." And he took it right off the roof. And then when he crashes through that car,
oh yeah,
just the way his body lands, it's so satisfying.
Stone, George, Andy Garcia, gives Ness a list taken from Needy's coat, which shows that the jurors in the trial are all on Capone's payroll. Ness secretly persuades the judge to switch Capone's jury with one hearing an unrelated divorce case. This prompts Capone's lawyer to enter a plea guilty, which pisses off Al Capone, who violently objects.
Yes, very violently.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And then punches him in the face.
It's funny because when the judge gets the list, obviously a name of each juror with an amount of money next to it.
Yeah.
They're like, "Here's proof they paid off the jury." And he's like, "I don't see any evidence." And then it clicks for Ness. He's like, "Man, this motherfucker's on the take too." So he's like, "Okay, you guys go ahead. Can I have a minute?" And then he comes back and he's like, "We're going to switch juries."
And yeah, because the prosecutor's like, "What did you say to him?" And he's like,
Yeah.
"I told him his name was in the ledger." But it's not. He doesn't know that.
Which is concerning, to say the least. If
Yeah.
you're like, your name is in the ledger, and he's like, "Oh shit," even if it's not, his name should be in the ledger. But anyways, they end up switching out. Capone loses his mind. And they're like, no, you're going to want to plead guilty. Then you won't be in prison for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was looking at 20 years? 20 years?
Yeah, it was like
years?
20 or 30.
Yeah.
Something
and
like
he
that.
ended up getting 11.
Yes, but it's so funny. See what happens when you don't file your taxes?
Yeah. Capone is convicted of tax evasion and sentenced to 11 years in prison. On the day of sentencing, Ness closes up his office, giving Malone's St. Jude medallion and call box key to Stone as a farewell present. As Ness leaves the police station, a reporter asks him what he will do after the probable repeal of Prohibition, in which he replies, "I think I'll have a drink." Yeah, it was a stupid law, but like Elena said, it's still the law. There's lots. Yeah, it's still the law, and people are getting murdered because of it.
If they had just put, this was the temperance movement, where they were like, "Oh well, if my husband beats me when he's drunk, then we'll just stop him from getting drunk." No, sweetie, now he's just going to beat you sober.
Yeah,
his aim. It doesn't actually stop anything.
No, except for his aim will be better. Yeah. He won't see two of you; just see one. And
it's mad fucked up.
And that is our movie. All right, what's your score?
My score is a buy it. It has a wonderful kind of fantastical vibe to it. It's very 1930s. It doesn't feel like a 1980s movie about the 30s.
No.
It feels like you're watching a 1930s movie, telling the story of these people in the 1930s. Is it a little cheesy? Yeah, of course. it's 1987. Of course, it's going to be a little cheesy. But overall, it's a bunch of very charismatic actors who are being very charismatic together. Great scene, great screen presence. The set, the costumes, the accents, everything is just hitting in this. And it's all converging for a really, really, really very entertaining and very good movie. Is it perfect? No. Is it very rewatchable? Yes. I could probably watch this another 3 or 4 times. Yeah. Easy before this year is out. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. And I'd probably give it an 8. I'd say an 8. Is it revolutionary? No. Did it stoke the fires of my creativity? No. Was it really entertaining and a good time and look absolutely stunning? Yeah. Other than that one scene where Nitty's falling.
Yeah.
And then, the sky behind him, which is a green screen. That was the only thing that was visually jarring in this movie. Everything else was fantastic. So I give it an 8 and I buy it. What's yours?
If you remember liking the Untouchables, rest assured you still will. This movie is gorgeous to look at, which explains the Oscar nomination for art direction, it was called art direction back then, and costume design. Every frame feels deliberate, polished, expensive in all the best ways. The pacing is strong, and honestly, maybe even a little too quick. I wouldn't have complained about another 20 minutes to let things breathe a bit. But at no point was I bored. Not once did I reach for my phone, which in 2026 is basically the highest compliment you can give a movie. The acting, elite. Robert De Niro steals every scene he's in. Sean Connery commands every scene he's in. And Kevin Costner, you can absolutely see why studios handed him a blank check after this, and even for Waterworld. That was a big check. And it's not just the leads. Andy Garcia, Charles Martin Smith are fantastic, and even the smaller roles show up and deliver. Nobody in this movie feels wasted. The whole cast makes Chicago feel alive, dangerous, and worth investing in. This movie doesn't pull punches either. It's violent, it's brutal, and at times genuinely sad. I had completely forgotten one of the Untouchables dies, and when that elevator scene hit, with the hitman dressed as a cop, it all came rushing back. Same with Malone's death alongside the opera. What is it again? Pagliacci?
Il Pagliacci.
There we go. I remembered that it happened. I just forgot how hard it hit. And the train station finale, still tense, bittersweet nail biter. You know how it ends, and it still gets you. This is Brian De Palma doing what he does best, creating a film that's stylish, gripping, and just flat out entertaining. It's a crime drama, a thriller, a character piece, and just most importantly, it's really, really fun to watch. This is 4K. This movie begs to be seen and heard in 4K. My IMDb is also an 8. You are correct. It is not doing anything revolutionary here. It is still cheesy from its 80s roots, but it doesn't look like an 80s movie. It's cheesy, like, in parts like an 80s movie, but it's not looking like an 80s. No, this movie is fantastic.
Super
Across
good.
the board. Yeah, it was just great.
Yeah.
No, I really liked it.
I was really impressed. Yeah.
And just the way it looked, I am going to order the 4K because I think it would look spectacular in 4K.
It would be gorgeous.
Yeah. No, that's the second movie in a row that we are completely in sync. I do not think that will last.
God. I don't think so either, but look at us.
But that's
look at us being on the same page.
All right. Anything you want to add to the Untouchables?
Nope. Just want to point out I made a good choice. I'm super proud of myself.
Yeah, you are doing much better than I am this year.
I really am. And I'm very surprised by that because I literally, to pick my movies, I literally was just like, what do I want to watch again? What haven't I watched?
I did the
and
same
I just
thing.
started listing stuff.
Just what I want to watch and what you want to watch are completely different. I apparently I want to watch shit. I picked out 3 good movies this year. That's it so far. I picked out 4, but you didn't care for the one that I liked, Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, true.
But
day
after tomorrow, I picked The Gray, which was fucking depressing as shit.
So good.
But so good. And then Trading Places. That's it. The rest of my movies have sucked.
Also, I'd like to point out with, oh God, why have you just said the name. The one that I didn't like, but Galaxy Quest. that's
Galaxy
it.
Quest.
I pointed out that I understood why people would enjoy it. I
Yes.
just didn't.
Yeah.
So I was like, I get why you love it.
Yeah.
I get why a lot of people love it. I'm just not loving it.
But my
So-
other movies like Space Camp, Hot
That
Dog
one was
the
shit.
Movie,
Yeah, no, super shit.
Red Sonja,
Oh God. Incredibly shit.
not the greatest.
No.
All right. So thanks for coming back to 1987, watching The Untouchables. Yeah, definitely. If you have not seen this in a while, it is
Yeah, worth
would be
it.
so worth it to watch. Yeah.
So worth it.
All right. Until the next movie, remember liking.
Congratulations. You just had one of your childhood movie memories vindicated. Or they just eviscerated it. I don't know. This is a generic one-size-fits-all type of ending to the podcast. So thank you for listening, and please join Anna and Jimmy next time for another episode of the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. If you dare to go back and watch that movie you remember liking,